What's up? It's Portrayed ASMR. Today we're going to be continuing Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now. In the last one, we left off talking about focusing down on the current moment and trying to live in the current moment and not focus so much on the future, as in a means to an end. One thing that I sort of just thought of now is I find it funny but also kind of interesting because, that is the whole concept of this book, is focus on the present moment. But there's, so many ways to express that and explain it, that sometimes it just takes like a certain example or a certain wording to really hit home and open up your mind. So let's dive right into it. So this next section is called All Problems Are Illusions of the Mind. So it poses the question: it feels as if a heavy burden has been lifted, a sense of lightness. I feel clear, but my problems are still waiting for me, aren't they? They haven't been solved. Am I not just temporarily evading them? So this was posed after, you do a meditation or a breathing exercise, and you sort of come back to the present moment and you're like, okay, but now what? My problems haven't been solved. So it says, if you found yourself in paradise, it wouldn't be long before your mind would say, yes, but ultimately, this is not about solving your problems. It's about realizing that there are no problems. There are only situations to be dealt with now, or to be left alone and accepted as part of the isness of the present moment until they change or can be dealt with. Problems are mind-made and need time to survive. They cannot survive in the actuality of now. So it's simple, but it's also kind of complicated. So I'll see if I can do any, justice of breaking it down and into something more understandable. It said it pretty good. So it's saying it's not about solving your problems, because there are none. Okay, it says there are only situations. So right off the bat, it's sort of reframing it as something, more constructive. The language is better. Sort of like a glass half full or half empty kind of thing. So, okay. So there's situations that we don't like. So it's either a situation which you can deal with now. You can start now on finding a solution, on taking care of. Or, it's to be accepted. Definitely easier said than done. But if you know it's not going to change in 10 minutes or in a day, well then what's the use of having it cause you misery in your mind, that is? Either find a way you can help alleviate it now, or accept it until that it can be dealt with or can change. I think a good analogy is of the rain. If you're having a picnic and you have your blanket thrown down and you have your little sandwiches out on the plate, and everything's nice and set up, and then boom, thunder strikes the sky, and the sky opens up and rain just starts pouring down on your picnic. Well, that's a situation that you find yourself in. Okay, how are you gonna change it, right? Are you going to, you can be like, damn it, I should have checked the weather, like, we should have done this Sunday, or you can like freak out and be like, oh my god, everything's ruined. That's not gonna help you. So you deal with this situation. What can you do? Okay, you can start to put the stuff away, maybe hope that it doesn't get wet. But if you accept it as part of the isness of the present moment, it is raining now at this moment. I'm in it. I can't run away from the rain cloud. I'm in it. So you just, deal with the present moment. Quickly or slowly, doesn't matter. Pack your stuff up and, either sit down and wait it out, find shelter under the tree, or go home and be like, well, we'll do it another time. So as long as you're doing something, right, there's no problem, right? It's just a situation. You're in the rain. Okay, let me deal with that. It's not, you shouldn't make it into a problem, because that doesn't help you any. It doesn't help solve it. It doesn't help alleviate your stress. It is impossible to have a problem when your attention is fully in the now. A situation that needs to be either dealt with or accepted, yes, but why make it a problem? Problem means that you are dwelling on a situation mentally without there being a true intention or possibility of taking action now, and that you're unconsciously making it a part of your sense of self. Problem, I'll repeat it, means that you are dwelling on a situation mentally without there being a true intention or possibility of taking action now, and you're unconsciously making it a part of your sense of self. So that was sort of what I was explaining, right? If you have no intention on, cleaning up your picnic and getting out of the rain, then you're unconsciously being like, I don't know, you're I know it's because it really just is a situation. That's how I'm seeing it. If you can just look at a problem like that as a situation, then I don't know, isn't that sort of liberating, I find? If you can look at everything in your life as just a situation. I don't know, maybe for you, it's just like a different word, right? But I don't know, I can kind of, and again, this is, I'm definitely someone who, it's hard to carry all this with you, right? But it's good to sometimes, if you can remind yourself of that, because I would say that, I haven't been practicing this every day, but that's why it's sort of like I read it again and it kind of hits me. I made a little dot in the book here, so I don't know if it's something I highlighted, but sure, I'll go ahead and read the paragraph, see what we can find. It says, "Some people get angry when they hear me say that problems are illusions, as if I am threatening to take away their sense of who they are. They have invested much time in a false sense of self. For many years, they have unconsciously defined their whole identity in terms of their problems or their suffering. Who would they be without it?" Yeah, I mean, I get it. I get what they're saying. I don't know if there's really something we need to dive into here. I'll continue to the next section. There we go. So it says, let's see, "Don't demand that situations, conditions, places, or people should make you happy, and then suffer when they don't live up to your expectations." That, I think, is a good one. If you have any event planned or plans for your day, and you're like, this is going to be a good day, and then when something happens that you didn't want to happen, a situation comes up that you're, like the rain, and then since it didn't live up to your expectation, you become unhappy. Sometimes I have trouble rewording it, but because it's just I hear it and it makes sense, right? But I believe that fully. If you're demanding something go a certain way and it doesn't, and you get angry or unhappy, well, of course, you're saying, if it doesn't go how I want, I will be unhappy. But if you just, I guess, go with the flow, you can say, then it's just, okay, that's interesting. It's just another situation. It says afterwards, "Everything is honored, but nothing matters. Forms are born and die, yet you are aware of the eternal underneath the forms. You know that nothing real can be threatened." Excuse me, I yawned. So this is getting a little bit more deep into spirituality and less into I guess, logic and reasoning. I find this book as a mix of both, right? Like some stuff is like undeniably, logic or has sound reasoning. But this is touching more on the spiritual side, which says that who you are, your essence, not your flesh and blood, not your, who your friends are, what your job is, where you live, even who your family are. Your eternal essence that can neither be, I guess that can't be destroyed. There's no neither. That can't be destroyed. It's always there. Yeah, it can't be destroyed or threatened. There you go. Yeah, it's always gonna be there no matter what. So that's what it means by saying nothing matters, but everything is honored. Every situation you can honor it. In other words, you can accept it. It can be meaningful. What it means by forms, it means like your human form, like your body, or like, yes, it can be born and die, but it's not the end. That observance inside of you, if you've ever done the exercise to observe your thoughts, that, if you believe in the spiritual side of things, is not destroyed, which I believe. It's kind of like this body allows us to, sort of like a window to experience, which is, it's meaningful. It's why we should honor, every situation, because, it's amazing, isn't it, that we get to experience all these different things, all the senses. But it ultimately doesn't matter, in the sense that whether we experience this or that, we are still eternal. We still, it doesn't change the fact that we are eternal beings. Well, beings, eternal spirit, essence, whatever you wish to call it. Soul, you can even call it. Chapter 4, we're all the way to chapter 4 now. This has, I like the title of it, it's called Mind Strategies for Avoiding the Now. So we can already probably guess what this strategy is, what this chapter is about. I think we'll get into this page here, and then I'll wrap it up with sorry about that, with another exercise. Alright. So most humans alternate not being conscious. Sorry, let me restart. Most humans alternate not between consciousness and unconsciousness, but only between different levels of unconsciousness. Ordinary unconsciousness means being identified with your thought processes and emotions, your reactions, desires, and aversions. It is a state not of acute pain or unhappiness, but of an almost continuous low level of unease, discontent, boredom, nervousness, kind of a background static. So it's saying that most people, they call it ordinary unconsciousness, are just sort of going about the motions, I have this due, okay, let me write my grocery list. Oh shit, like I gotta do laundry later. Okay. It's snowing outside and that's gonna suck. But we gotta do it. So it's kind of like, you're not panicking, but life's not great, right? There's stuff to do that you would rather not be doing. Then it says the unease of ordinary unconsciousness turns into the pain of deep unconsciousness. When things go wrong, when the ego is threatened, or there is a major challenge, a threat, a loss, whether real or imagined, in your life situation. So it's describing the other state, as being more intense emotions before you're kind of unease, discontent, boredom, but that'll shift into I guess it can be summed up as a type of fear whenever something goes wrong. But it says these challenges, aka these things that go wrong, are your tests. Only the way in which you deal with them will show you and others where you are at as far as your state of consciousness is concerned. Not how long you can sit with your eyes closed or what visions you see. Okay, yeah, so it's sort of it's not quite related to what I was originally talking about, but what it's saying there is, if you're wondering, how much progress have I made along this sort of journey? They said it's not measured. Your progress is not measured how long you can meditate, how long you can sit there with your eyes closed or clear your mind. No, the true test is, when these challenges arise, when something bad happens, when you get a flat tire, when you make a dumb mistake, when you drop your plate from the microwave, you drop your casserole pot that you just baked. When something goes wrong, how you deal with it, how your mind deals with it, how you react, is the true sort of bearing of where you're at. If you can wrangle sort of those strong emotions and recenter yourself, because we're reactionary beings, right? We have reflexes, so don't expect yourself to just be like, no emotions. You drop it and you're just like, oh, that sucks. I believe that's unrealistic. What would be realistic is you drop and you're like, shit, damn it. Okay, we gotta clean this up, and I'm still hungry, so alright, what are we gonna do? Like, okay, let me start picking up the pieces of glass, throwing it in the garbage. Okay, let me, whatever, I'll throw in a TV dinner, open the microwave, put a TV dinner in, start cleaning up the mess on the floor. you know, and if you can bring your back yourself, you know, this isn't a problem, it's just a situation that you're dealing with. I guess that's the goal that you should have. Not to be unbothered, but how quickly or effectively you can sort of recenter yourself. I'm just sort of, I want to find a good spot to end this video. Oh, you know what? We'll read this last part and then together. Alright. So the next highlighted part it says, direct your attention inward. Have a look inside yourself. What kind of thoughts is your mind producing? What do you feel? Direct your attention into the body. Is there any tension? See in what way you are avoiding, resisting, or denying life by denying the now. So this sort of sounds like it's like a meditation, right? So the goal of this meditation is to dissolve the ordinary unconsciousness, not I forget what they called it, but when things go wrong, it's sort of going back to that, you know, that initial state of boredom, of unease, of okay, I have this to do. The weather's shitty outside, so how do I get out of that state? Well, it says, direct your attention inward. You know, what kind of thoughts is your mind producing? You know, as we're saying, you know, the weather's crappy, I don't want to go out in it. I have to do groceries, I need to make something for supper. What do you feel? Well, I feel sort of annoyance, you know. Direct your attention to the body. Is there any tension? Like, actually, yeah, my shoulders are kind of tense. Like, relax your shoulders. You know, breathe. So it says, once you detect that there is a low level of unease, see in what way you are avoiding, resisting, or denying life by denying now. It's like, okay, I guess I don't want it to be snowing, but it is, so why am I denying the present moment? Okay, like, it's snowing. That's fine. I gotta get groceries, whether it's snowing or not. Okay, so be it, it's snowing. I mean, we're gonna get groceries anyway. But wait, I don't want to. But I have to eat, so whether I want to or not, I'm gonna have to eat, so screw it, let's just get groceries. It's snowing. That's fine, who cares? So I think I'll put the bookmark back in here. That's where we'll end it for today. And I guess the little, our exercise for this time would be, you know, choose a time and just try to detect, figure out if you are in that ordinary unconsciousness, that low level of boredom, discomfort, unease. Honestly, I feel like a lot of the times, you know, come late afternoon, I'm definitely in that spot. I'm thinking, like, what do I want to do right now? Do I want to watch a movie? Maybe I'll check my phone. Like, I don't want to start, you know, a new project or whatever. I don't feel like filming an ASMR video. There's not enough time. Like, it's supper soon. like that. So like, pick a time. As soon as you think of it, like, am I at an ordinary level of unconsciousness at the moment? And if I stopped and sort of looked inside myself, and I think just thinking about it is useful, it's great, it's a victory. So what I would do in that situation is, if I thought of it, I would pause and be like, I'm valuing, I want to feel as if I'm being productive in this late afternoon situation, and the fact that I'm not doing anything is making me feel like I'm being unproductive. And that's okay. Like, I'm just in a situation where I don't feel like doing anything, so either I should do something or just accept what is now, because right at this moment there is no real problem. It's not a problem that I'm not doing anything. It's sort of some story I made up in my mind, right? The story that I should be doing something, but I don't have to be doing anything. And the fact that it's making me feel, discomfort or maybe a light amount of, like, maybe not bitterness, but just like, I should be doing something right now. There's no need for that. Either do something or don't. There's no need to, be at this low, normal level of ordinary unconsciousness, right? So, yeah, try to pick, either set an alarm or just once during your day. Try and just look inside and be like, how am I feeling? Anytime after your shower, at the grocery store, when you park your car in the parking lot, just be like, how am I actually feeling right now? Look inside yourself, feel for any tension, relax, and be like, am I good? Am I good? Am I a bit annoyed? Am I a bit bored? Or am I chilling? And hopefully you can realize that you are chilling. You're exactly where you need to be, which is right now. So, that's where I'm gonna end the video. I appreciate all you guys. And thank you for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.